Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Buddy Moorhead Stadium here in Conroe, Texas, as tonight we have a matchup in the 13-6A division of Texas high school football between the home team, the Conroe Tigers, and the visiting team, the Cleveland High School Indians. I will be your play-by-play announcer for tonight, Wesley Turner, and as always, joined by the ever-youthful David, who will be our color commentator for the night. David, how are you doing tonight, man?
Doing fine, and it is senior night in Conroe, am I correct?
It is senior night for the Tigers, so a bunch of festivities will be going on. They had their walk with all of the seniors from the band and the cheer team earlier. So right there you can see one of the mascots for Conroe, who is a senior and will be leaving after this year.
And I understand we've got some special events coming up tonight as part of senior night you were talking about earlier.
Yes, indeed. Actually, at halftime, the drill team will be performing, they will be performing one of their routines with none other than their parents by their side. So that is definitely going to be something that you don't want to miss, and we're going to show you that along with the band's performance at halftime of this game. We will step aside and let you enjoy that, but focus on this game tonight. So Conroe is coming in with a 5-4 record. Caney Creek yet to win to this season. What do you think has to be done for Caney Creek to have a chance to get their first win this year?
Well, it's one of those situations, Wes, where you say they got nothing to lose. I don't think they've won a game in 3 years. So you have to give them credit, though, for that. You have to give them credit for going out there and competing and doing their best. But with all due respect to Conroe, who wants to get beat by a team that hadn't won a game in 3 years? So they've got to be careful tonight, because the Indians can pin their ears back and give it their all, which I'm sure they will.
Yeah, you don't want to get caught sleeping. You don't want to get caught where you're letting your foot off the gas pedal a little too much, and then the car behind you comes racing forward to the finish line.
True, and neither of these teams are going to be in the playoffs. So they're playing for the love of the game. For many of these kids, if not most of them, I don't know if I'd say most of them, but for many of them, it'll be their their last opportunity to play organized football. Would you agree?
Yes, and you got to also think about this is a chance, one final chance, since, as you said, this is the last game for both of these teams. Conroe just missing out of the playoffs. I believe they will get the 5th spot in the district. Cleveland will most likely finish last in the district, but this is going to be their final time to showcase their talents to scouts also, to get some more tapes, get some more highlights reels to send out to those colleges, send out to those coaches. Now, Conroe already has some kids with some offers. Junior guard Kingston Tupuola, I know he has multiple D1 offers from schools, like Arizona State. He has offers from Utah. Their cornerback Xavier Harmon, he is a senior, and he is actually committed to Stanford already, 3-star cornerback. And for those other seniors, this is their last time to try to maybe earn some stars towards the offseason, going into those visits with colleges, where colleges are really going to be trying to recruit all of these seniors to come join their teams.
It should be a good game, one way or the other. We'll have a good time tonight, that's for sure. We're gonna try to talk about some other things going on here at the campus of Conroe High School. And even though the regular season may be wrapping up, we'll talk too about teams that are coming up that are in the playoffs, which real quickly those being Willis, the Woodlands, College Park, and Grand Oaks. So we'll try to blend in some of that commentary tonight as well. Getting close to our commercial break here, so Wes, why don't you take us into that?
Well, yeah, we'll talk more about that earlier, especially the amazing situation that has happened with Grand Oaks. I mean, I think we have a little bit more time after these school songs will be our commercial break, but we will get into the Grand Oaks situation, how it's very interesting with how young of a school they are. And we'll also talk about College Park a rise to dominance from the Cavaliers, from mediocrity to this top level where many different websites have them ranked in the top 5 in the entire state of Texas, and they are ready to make a deep playoff run this year.
Great intro.
Our orthopedic care is shaped around you. And you. And you. Because customizing treatments and using breakthrough techniques is how your comeback starts. Like 3D printing for ultra-precise joint replacements and providing the same specialty care as we do for the Houston Rockets. So you return sooner, stronger, better. This is orthopedic care designed for you. Memorial Hermann, advancing health, personalizing care.
Woodforest National Bank, where convenience meets community. With over 30 branch locations in and around Montgomery County, we're always close by to help you with your banking needs. But we're more than just a bank. We're proud supporters of our local community, dedicated to making Montgomery County a better place to live and work. Experience the difference at Woodforest National Bank. Convenient, caring, and committed to you.
Imagine you are her, or him. Like everyone, a sprain, tear, or nagging ache can set you back. Until your expert orthopedic team at Houston Methodist uses advanced technology to personalize a treatment plan that's minimally invasive, heals your pain, and gets you back to life on your terms. That's the difference between practicing medicine and leading it for you. Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
Keating Chevrolet is a proud sponsor of Conroe ISD Athletics. We're suited up to equip your team with a versatile Silverado, heavy-duty or Colorado, spacious Tahoe and Suburban, or sporty Equinox, Trax, and Trailblazer. Keating Chevrolet has a large selection of certified pre-owned. After you've left it all on the field, come pick out your next Chevrolet at Keating Chevrolet. Keating Chevrolet is pleased to partner with Conroe ISD for every game, every play, every win. Come visit us today or browse online at KeatingChevrolet.com.
All right, well, welcome back here. As we can see on the far side of the field, the inflatable for Cleveland getting set up and the JROTC of Conroe getting set up with their flags. Conroe has been without their inflatable all year. Unfortunately, they seem to, I believe the story is that they misplaced it. That it got stolen.
And they haven't found it yet.
They haven't found it yet, unfortunately, which their inflatable, it was awesome. It was a giant tiger. It had light-up lights. They had smoke coming out of it. But if that got stolen or taken, we don't know the true story yet. I don't personally know the true story yet. But that happened at the very beginning of the season, so it almost seemed like a little bit of a bad omen for the Tigers.
You might say a jinx.
Almost a jinx, yeah.
Well, I tell you, Wes, it seems like with the time change, kickoff is going to be like at 8 o'clock. Yeah. And I'm used to this. First game of the season, I mean, we had lots of daylight. I think there was still daylight at halftime.
I think that's true.
When the season started.
But now it's pitch black out. They got the stadium lights bearing down, which the new LED stadium lights that will light up every time the Tigers get a touchdown, which hope the Tiger fans in the stands in the student section, they are definitely hoping that they have a lot of the lights going off tonight here against Cleveland. Let's talk a little bit about those teams that we mentioned would be in the playoffs, and one team in particular, Grand Oaks, a school that started in 2018, not even a decade old. And for their first 2 years, they weren't even allowed to play varsity football. So that takes away 2 years, 2 seasons. Then the first year that they were able to play was unfortunately the COVID season. So that's about half a season. So realistically, this team has only played 4.5 to 5 seasons of varsity football, and they are already in the playoffs in this District 13-6A with teams like Conroe, with teams like Willis, the Woodlands, College Park, Caney Creek, New Caney, and Cleveland. It's honestly, and Oak Ridge, it's amazing and incredible because most schools, it would take them 20 years, like it did College Park, to make their first playoffs, or at least a good amount. But no, it's taken the Grand Oaks Grizzlies 5 seasons.
Well, I think a lot of that, Wes, when you look at the demographics of the South County area, that area, that feeder zone, has seen tremendous growth, and it continues to see tremendous growth. It is probably the highest growth area of any high school in Montgomery County. And I don't say that lightly. They are already looking at building additional schools. I mean, you got another year. You're just a junior.
Yeah, I'm just a junior, so at least another year confirmed. As we await the Tigers to run out onto the field, as you can see, they are wearing their true throwbacks with the script helmets and gold jerseys and gold pants. As now here come the Tigers, sitting at 5-4 on the year,
but without a tunnel.
Without a tunnel. Coming out here for their senior night.
You got to wonder what's going through their heads right now. The kids that know that they're probably not going to be playing college ball, that this will be their final high school football game.
They're probably just thinking that they got to go out there, have a good time one last time with all their friends, with all of their boys. Go out there and try to get a win here against Cleveland.
All right, looks like we're going to have a presentation of the colors. So,
yes, it looks like we are going to have the presentation of the colors, which we are going to step away so you can hear the national anthem performed by the Conroe Tiger Band.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats to honor America and those who support our freedom at home and abroad. Today, the cars are presented by representatives of the Conroe Tiger Battalion Junior ROTC. They are right guard Cadet Second Lieutenant Renzi Guido, U.S. Flag Cadet Staff Sergeant Cadet Staff Sergeant Brody Carlisle. Left guard, Cadet First Sergeant Caspian Goodyear. Our national anthem will be performed by the legendary Tiger Band. Please join me in standing until the colors have exited the field. Thank you.
All right, well, with that, we are ready for some football here after the coin toss. And as the captains make their way onto the field, we will try our best to get some names out there for you. Once again, this is Conroe Senior Night, so expect to see a little bit more action from some of those seniors that may not get in the game a whole lot during the regular season, but this is their final game. It's usually a tradition for them to get a little bit more playing time, as you can see.
And especially with the fact that neither of these teams are going to be in the playoffs, so there's nothing to lose by giving some kids some time in the game that otherwise they may not have if this was, say, these teams were having to win into the playoffs.
Looks like for Conroe will be number 34 long snapper Charles Dendy. Number 73 offensive tackle Dejon McCullough, along with, I believe, number 51 Jaden Carpenter, and number 49 Nolan Bradbury.
And I believe that's all the seniors out there on the out on the field behind them. Am I correct?
Yes, that is all of the seniors currently on their varsity roster. Joined them out as honorary captains for this senior night game.
Well, weather's definitely not going to be a factor tonight, Wes. The flags are limp. I don't think there's any wind. Maybe a little warmer than we would have thought for this time of the year, but good football weather.
It's currently, it feels like, of 72, which doesn't feel like fall if you're not from around here. But if you are from around here and you've lived around this area long enough, you should know That's about the coldest it's going to get for a little bit.
Well, 72 would actually be the temperature if we were inside a stadium. I think that's typically what they like to use in a dome stadium is 72, or enclosed stadium is 72 degrees. So it's perfect.
It'll be Cleveland receiving the kick here to start the game, which means the Tigers will get the ball to start the second half. Nolan Bradbury on to kick for the Tigers. Back deep for Cleveland.
Looks like Williams and Harrison back to receive.
Aspen Williams and Christian Harrison, as you just said. Bradbury's kick is away, and it will be returned by Williams. Williams trying to reverse field, and a good tackle there by number 22. That is Shane Patterson. Pins them inside the 10-yard line to start this first drive for Cleveland.
Looked like he came through there unblocked too, Wes.
Patterson usually a running back, but also a special teamer for this Conroe team. There's no doubt that he has the speed to make those tackles. So it looks to be number 4, Jacob Estrada, in the backfield for Cleveland in the pistol formation. It's going to be a handoff to the running back. It's going to go for a few yards. And correction, the quarterback today is Zach Nixon, number 8. So a good pickup on first down. They're going to mark it down second down, and I believe 5 to go.
Yeah, four or more is a good carry on first down.
Nixon will line up in the gun. 3 receivers to his left. Send his tight end in motion. He's going to look to throw. He's got some time. The pass will be caught. That's number 2, Dominique Gilkey, one of the return men on that play, and he will get the first down.
Right off the bat, Indians are moving the ball.
Kozlowski on the tackle there for the Tigers.
Looks like the Indians actually have a size advantage on the offensive line there. Be interesting to see if they give him plenty of time tonight to throw the ball.
Nixon in the pistol formation. Be a handoff to the running back. He's going to get about a yard there on the carry. The running back on the carry, if we can get a number, that is number 26, Brian Palacios, senior running back, gets the carry for a yard. As you mentioned, they do have a size advantage, it would appear, in the trenches, which games are won and lost in the trenches. The offensive line, especially the unsung heroes of a football team. Nixon, 3 receivers to his right. He's going to look to hand it off, and he looked like it was going to be a keeper, but it looks like we'll mark that down as a tackle for the turf monster, or a tackle for loss for about 2 yards.
Yeah, I think he may have got his feet tripped up with the with his running back there when he tried to pull the ball out. He did pull the ball out, but I think they got their feet maybe twisted up there a little bit.
3rd down and 13. The down in distance here.
They got that first down right off the bat. Conroe defense stiffened here, although that last play was self-inflicted.
Nixon, 3 receivers to his left. Only a tight end to his right.
Rush.
Flags come flying in. Tackle will be made by Kozlowski.
Conroe had the blitz on. It might be an delay of game. Didn't get the play off in time.
So delay of game on the offense will set them back 5 extra yards. We'll bring up 3rd down and 18. It'll be interesting to see if they try to throw a deep ball, or most teams in this situation will run screens like they just did, or just hand the ball off and try and make the punt a little bit more manageable for their punter. Nixon will look to throw, snap a little low. He's got a man.
Overshot him. Had him open.
Pass one's intended for number 5, Christian Harrison. So now on comes the punt team for the Indians. Back deep to return for Conroe will be number 8, Elijah Harris. One of the seniors on this team, senior wide receiver. Will be number 74, Guillermo Hernandez on the punt.
I believe that's number 75, Wes. The 74.
Punt. It's not a bad punt. It's going to roll. Harris is going to pick it up. Harris is going to try to return it. He's at the 45. He's going to get inside the 30. But flags are down at about midfield. We'll have to see if that will be coming back.
Probably push in the back, typically where you see that flag thrown in that situation. You were correct on the punter there, my mistake. It was Hernandez.
2 flags were thrown on the play, so
I think I saw an early indication of holding. That was
so is on the return team. Awaiting the official ruling. The referee hasn't. Looks like it was some sort of blocking penalty.
push in the back, I think, was the indication there.
Nunley in the pistol. He's going to hand it off to his running back, Alex Myers. And Myers is going to have some running room. He's going to get the first down and more at the 30, the 25, the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown on the first play from scrimmage for the senior running back for the Tigers. That'll give them an early lead here. 8 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the ball game, as now Bradbury will come on to kick this extra point to try to make it 7-0.
That's a good way for a senior to open up on senior night.
Bradbury's lining up his kick. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is up, and it is good. As the first score of the ball game comes on a 63-yard run from the running back Alex Myers. Correction, a 53-yarder.
I don't think he was ever touched.
I don't think so either, but that was a good, overall good execution. Good blocking by the offensive line, and a great run by Myers, too.
Yeah, they sealed off that corner and did a great job blocking there. Downfield blocking, too. That's an early indication that it may be a long night for the for Cleveland.
Well, now that we've seen at least one drive from each offense, even though Conroe's was only one play, what do you think that Cleveland needs to do to try to stay in this ballgame and try to not let it be a long night for them?
Play hard. Like I've said before, Wes, you got to beat the guy in front of you, make plays, don't make mistakes. Like that earlier play with the quarterback overthrew his receiver. His receiver was open. That would have been a first down. You got to execute. And it takes talent, but you know, when you see a kid throw a ball and has a receiver open and can't connect, that's just a lack of execution.
Bradbury's kick is away. It'll be returned by Gilkey. He bobbles it. He's able to pick it up. And now he's going to try to go down the sidelines, meets his man at the 20-yard line. C.J. Mooring able to knock him out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 21. So about 10 yards better field position than they started on their last drive. We'll have to see what they can do with that extra 10 yards, if they can keep the ball moving. They got the first down on their first drive, but then they stalled out. So we'll have to see what exactly they can do here.
You know, in Cleveland's defense, too, they're probably the smallest school in the district. So their talent pool is not what you would see at, say, College Park or the Woodlands.
Nixon's lined up in the pistol. Be Harrison in motion. Nixon will hand it off to the running back. He'll get tackled for a loss of a yard to bring up 2nd down and 11. And that's what you want to see from a defense like Conroe. You want to see them getting those negative plays.
Yeah, penetrate that offensive line. Read the play.
One thing that this Conroe defense has been good at all year long has been reading the plays. You can see they hardly ever let a screen pass get by them. This entire defense has great football IQ, and that's a testament to the coaches at Conroe. As Nixon, once again, Harrison in motion. Now Nixon's going to keep it for himself, and he's going to try to run. He's going to be tripped up, but he's going to dive for a few yards, and that's going to be a good 8-yard carry there by the quarterback.
Yeah, they'll be 3rd and short.
Bring up 3rd down and 4. Play clock hasn't started yet. That'll be because one of the Cleveland players had their helmet come off, which means they have to sit out and substitute for a play. So now the play clock is running. Just over 7 minutes here left in the first quarter.
They're going to have to rush to get this play off.
5 seconds, 4 seconds now, 3.
I don't think he's paying attention to it. Nope.
Amen. And that penalty sets them back majorly, so now what was a 3rd down and 4 is now a 3rd down and 9 due to clock management issues on Cleveland's side.
Yeah, it goes back to what I was saying before, Wes. It's just a matter of execution. Getting the play off before the play clock expires is just a simple matter of execution or lack of.
Nixon will be in the backfield. He'll have Palacios to his left, along with the tight end. He's going to look to throw. He's got a little bit of time, throws over the middle, nobody home. Great coverage there by number 1, James Kozlowski. He has been already in this game, in the short amount of times that we have seen from this Conroe defense, he's already been making plays.
Yeah, good observation there. It looks like he was doing a great job of reading the quarterback's eyes, and truthfully, the quarterback just not a good throw. Just not a good throw. Looks like it was more of a timing pattern, but his receiver wasn't running it as such.
This will be Hernandez on the punt. Number 24, Xavier Harmon, will stand at his own 45-yard line. The ball will roll to him, and it's going to be, the punt will go out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. Good play there by that Conroe punt team.
Drew, and once that ball hit the ground like that, it was free game on the kicker, and he was lucky to get the ball off at all. That was typically the kind of play where you see the ball blocked and the defense pick it up and run it into the end zone for a touchdown. He was lucky he got any foot into it.
Nunley, we line up in the gun with Myers to his left on the last play. Their only play from scrimmage so far, almost halfway through this first quarter.
Looks like we got a whistle, Wes. I think it's going to be a timeout.
Timeout, Cleveland.
So Cleveland calls their first timeout. 2 left here in this first half. Right now we have 6 minutes and 31 seconds left in this first quarter, with Conroe leading 7-0 here on their senior night.
Just noticed, Wes, I'm not sure, did Cleveland bring their band?
I believe they're loading out of their U-Haul
Okay, I see them over there. They got here late, evidently.
But Cleveland's band, actually, they just came off of a state championship run in the UIL military band competition, which congratulations to them. You will be able to see them perform. You'll be able to see their state championship band perform at halftime. We will step away from that, but right now it is 1st down and 10 for the Tigers at the Cleveland 29-yard line. Nunley line up in the pistol formation. 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Be a handoff to Myers, and Myers charging forward for a few yards, and he's almost going to break away, and if that wasn't a face mask, I don't know what is.
Yeah, a couple of fags came in there. That looked almost more like a rugby play than a football play.
As you can see, the offensive line doing a great job of pushing Myers forward for some extra yards. The way the referees are standing, it doesn't look like it'll be enough.
Face mask. Defense, number 20. Half the distance to the goal, 1st down.
So be half the distance to the goal and a 1st down. The way that the referees were marking it doesn't look like that run would have been enough for a 1st down. Looks like they were going to mark him 1 yard shy. But now it is 1st down and 10 from the 11-yard line. So now Myers will be back in the game. It'll be the same formation, pistol formation. Let's see if they give it to Myers again. Receiver will be in motion. Nunley's going to look to throw up top, and it's going to be caught for a touchdown. That's the senior wide receiver, Elijah Harris, reaching up and plucking the ball straight out of the air over top of the defender for the touchdown.
Yeah, it was a great throw by the quarterback there to get that ball high in the air where only he could, the receiver was able to reach and get it, take advantage of the leverage that height advantage that he had over the corner.
Bradbury will be on the kick. The kick is good. When we talk about quarterback, something interesting. The plan was not for Cameron Nunley to start this game because their quarterback, their backup quarterback, who has seen some action, he got in late during the Woodlands game and the Caney Creek game and some other games this year. Jackson Reagan, it was a senior, so it was supposed to be his senior night start, but unfortunately he was ruled out of the game with a sickness. So he was not able to play tonight. He's still on the sidelines in a jersey, so he's still out there enjoying the festivities for his final home game as a Conroe Tiger.
I'm sure he would much rather be suited up tonight. Yeah, that was a great throw there by Nunley. Right now it seems everything's going right for the Tigers and everything's going wrong for the Indians.
Conroe is leading 14-0. 6 minutes and 2 seconds left. Same returners, Harrison and Gilkey for Cleveland.
Now we see the band for Cleveland, the award-winning band for Cleveland, entering the stands.
Kick is away. Once again will be returned by Gilkey. And he's gotten, that return will come out to the 25-yard line, or the 26-yard line, I believe is where they're going to mark it. But Gilkey, he's been getting more and more on these returns all night. The first one went for 10 yards. Then this one, he got out to the last one, he got out to the 20. And then this one, he gets out to the 25, which is, once again, good starting field position for Cleveland.
Yeah, he had that muff earlier where he didn't feel the ball cleanly, but he fielded it cleanly that time. And, of course, it made a difference. Got a pretty good run back out of it.
To the end of the run. 1st down.
They're actually in the offsides on Conroe in their kicking formation, which I believe one of the players cross the 40-yard line before the ball was kicked. I believe that is what constitutes an offsides on a kickoff.
I noticed the Conroe band is playing a lot tonight. I guess they're trying to make up, knowing it's the last game of the year for them as well.
Also wish them the best of luck in their competition tomorrow.
For sure.
They will be traveling to San Antonio. This is now Nixon's handoff.
Now he'll get pushed forward. Good, about an 8-yard gain out of that.
Yeah, good offensive line play from both teams so far. It was Palacios. But yes, Conroe's band, they will be traveling to San Antonio for their competition. I don't know if it's being held in the Alamo Dome or not. I'll have to look that up at halftime, and we'll be able to tell you all about their competition.
I believe there's actually at least three bands from Conroe ISD heading to the UIL.
Nixon will look to throw. Pass will be complete. I believe that is his only first or second completion of the night.
Yeah, and they'll give him the first down, too, for forward progress up to around the 41, it looks like.
Harrison was on the catch. Tackle was made by number 7, Caden Williams.
I think this is just the second first down for Cleveland so far in the game.
Nixon in the pistol. Will shift the tight end in the formation. Snap is a little high, but Nixon will be able to corral it and hand off to Palacios. He'll get 2 yards on the carry.
You got to give those Indians credit. They're playing hard.
That's one of the things that they do in every game. I mean, any team that can field 11 players has a fighting chance, and that is something that Cleveland believes in. It's a philosophy they believe in heavily.
I would not be surprised to see Cleveland air one out here in a little bit, Wes.
Play clock winding down, 2 seconds.
They're going to get flagged again.
The third delay of game penalty. Which will back it up to a second down and 13.
Offense. 5-yard penalty, replay second down.
And those are the type of penalties that you just cannot have, especially if you want a chance to win against a team like Conroe.
Absolutely. I mean, those clocks are easy to see out there on the field.
Nixon once again in the pistol. You hand out to the running back. He's got some open room.
He got all the penalty yardage back and then some.
That he did. That was number 20 on the carry, Cesar Castillo. And for Palacios, is now Palacios will come back into the game, but they'll give him 10 yards on the carry, bring up third down and short.
Yeah, he's not a real fast runner, but he's big, like tackling a tree stump.
Nixon lined up in the pistol. Once again, a formation that Cleveland relies on heavily, and so does Conroe. He's going to look to throw here on third and short. Pass over the middle, incomplete. It looks like he was trying to get it to number 2, Dominique Gilkey, the senior wide receiver and defensive back. It'll bring up fourth down, and it looks like they're going to keep their offense out on the field and go for it here.
I don't blame them a bit. Looked like that same pattern they ran, that same play they ran earlier, and with just as close of having it completed.
Nixon lined up in the pistol once again. Now he's going to look to throw. Now he's going to look to run for the first down. He's going to get the first down and a little bit more, and he will get into Tiger territory. They're going to mark him out of bounds at the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down for the Indians.
Got a little momentum here, moving the ball a little bit.
Let's see if they can capitalize on that momentum. Football, obviously, a very momentum-based game. Momentum definitely changes the outcome of a game. We saw that many times this season, especially in that College Park and Woodlands barn burner of a game that went into double overtime.
That was a good game. Probably one of the best games in CIST history.
Nixon will look to throw. Pass almost picked off by number 1, James Kozlowski again. But that will bring up 2nd down and 10 from the Tiger 39-yard line.
We're still in the first quarter, so plenty of time left.
A little under 3 minutes left to go here in this first quarter. Conroe still leading 14-0. Cleveland trying to change that on this drive. Nixon, 3 receivers to his left. Be a quarterback keeper, and he will be lit up.
That's one where he probably should have let the ball go.
That's number 43, Duntavian Duckett, getting his licks in on the quarterback.
Yeah, big play there. You lost about 4 yards on the play. It's going to make it 3rd and long. That was just not a correct read there.
And you know those defensive players, they love to see a quarterback coming their way because they know that's a free chance for them to get a good hit in. Nixon will look to throw. Will be hit as he throws.
And they're going to
rule
that
it
incomplete.
Rule it incomplete on the field, but that ball had a lot of hang time, and that had the possibility that if a player in the area noticed it, that could have been a picked off or an interception, actually.
It looked close to lateral, but I think the arm motion is what the official ruled it as an incomplete pass. His arm was definitely moving forward. Of course, we don't have replay to see if it had the ball had moved forward, but I'm not sure it ever did.
It's about 3 Tigers in the area. This will be Hernandez on to punt again.
Remember, his last kick was blocked.
This one won't be blocked. A good punt. And it will actually, it's gonna be downed inside the 2-yard line. So a good punt there.
It
pinning
was.
the Conroe offense back deep. And now this is going to be a huge drive for this Cleveland defense.
You know, that's all on the punter because unfortunately the down, I won't say down lineman, but the guys who go down, who should have downed the ball, were nowhere around it. And it really died on its own. I mean, that was all the punter. Great kick.
Lundley will be taking the snap from his own end zone, pistol formation. It's going to be a jet sweep. Going to get close to the first down marker there on the play. Josiah Cirillo, sophomore wide receiver, getting the ball there on that jet sweep. You're going to get of them 9 yards to bring up 2nd down and 1.
And I'm sure Conroe's probably just going to keep the ball on the ground here.
Try to run this clock out as much as they can. So now Myers will get the handoff, and he'll get the first down, and he'll get more, trying to shake off tackles, and a flag down on the tackle is what it seems to be.
I think it's going to be another face mask.
That would be the 2nd time that the defense has actually.
No, it looks like a holding.
Defense.
Actually, a hold on the defense, so that will give Conroe a few more yards after that first down.
You don't see that too often. I mean, typically when you see holding on the defense, it's on a pass receiver. That was a running play. That one kind of leaves me scratching my head a little bit, Wes.
Myers trying to make some men miss. He's going to try to get into open field across midfield, shaking off tacklers all the way to the 40-yard line into Cleveland territory. Those are some Chris Barman whoop jukes that he put on him right there. As you can see here on the play, whoop.
He's going to make his senior final game a one to remember. I can tell that already.
Hurry up, and now Nunley is going to pass to Patterson. Patterson, he's going to put some moves on some men, and now he's being dragged by his jersey, but he'll get to the 15-yard line before he gets out of bounds. The senior running back showing out tonight for Conroe.
Yeah, all these kids from Conroe are showing out tonight. They've got the Indians on the ropes here.
They'll have to get one more play off before the end of the half, and now Myers is going to carry the botch snap, and he's going to get close to the first down marker. They're going to mark him a yard short, but great awareness there by Myers, able to pick up the ball and run forward for almost a first down.
Yeah, I think it was actually the ball was being snapped to Nunley, and it looked like it kind of went between the two of them, and they weren't sure who should catch it, and they turned it into a good game there.
Handoff to Myers, and Myers will go into the end zone for his second touchdown on the night. The senior running back showing out on senior night here for the Tigers.
I know it's early, but if he doesn't get a game ball tonight, he should.
He had the 60-plus yarder earlier, and now he gets in from not a huge run, but it's still a touchdown nonetheless. Still puts 6 points on the board to give the Tigers an even larger lead, as now it is 21-0, only 5 seconds left in the first quarter, which means after this kickoff, we will most likely be switching ends of the field.
So tell me what's happening on the Conroe High School campus these days. You got a video program, I understand. Been very successful from what I hear.
It has been very successful, actually. We just last week for Halloween, we finished up our haunted house attraction that we had open. That was amazing and fun to do. That was a good fundraising opportunity for our program here, and that was all thanks to our senior producer Abram, who he helps me out a lot with the stuff that I do for my show Wes's World, which you can find on the KTIG News YouTube channel here on YouTube. Which you can also find on YouTube is our sister channel, which is Conroe ISD Athletics Woodforest Bank Stadium. The game currently being played there right now is Grand Oaks and Caney Creek. Jackson Cochran and Peyton Reeves, a student from the Woodlands, will be on the call for that game, I believe. As Bradbury's kick is away, but this time it won't go into the end zone. So now it'll be Harrison who will be tackled inside the 10-yard line, and that will bring us to the end of the first quarter here. Conroe leading Cleveland 21-0.
You were talking a little bit more about your program, Wes. Have you got anything planned for the holidays on your program?
Well, we did have the Halloween specials of 2 of our shows. My show, Wes's World, along with our game show that we have, which I took our principal through our haunted house, and that, I can tell you, that was a treat to watch and to be a part of. If you have not seen it, Dr. Ratasha Smith, the principal here at Conroe High School, and we went through, and if you, let me just tell you this. I love Dr. Smith. She's amazing. If you want a good laugh, go and watch that footage.
You didn't make her scream, did you?
I didn't. Our actors in the haunted house did, but I didn't, as now it is first down and 10 from the 8-yard line.
Ball on the ground.
Ball on the ground will be recovered. Second down a loss of yardage there on the botch snap. 2nd down and 12 now for the Indians. Nixon still remains in the backfield. This Conroe defense has had their number all night. We'll have to see if that continues here on this drive. It's now Nixon. He's in the pistol. He's going to look to throw. Look to throw over the middle, and it's going to be intercepted by the Tigers, and it's going to be a pick 6.
Yeah, he threw that ball into a crowd.
Number 24, Xavier Harmon, the Stanford commit, goes in for 6 on the pick 6 off of Nixon.
See if we get a replay on that. He threw that ball blindly into a crowd. Really almost threw it up for grabs. I don't think a replay may be not working here. I'm not sure.
Bradbury on to kick the extra point. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is up, and it is good.
Here we go.
As you were right, just thrown into a crowd. Looks like the ball may have been tipped also. It's hard to see with how many jerseys were just in the vicinity. But Conroe, Harmon came away with the ball and ran it into the other end zone for 6.
With this early lead, I think what you mentioned earlier may come. We may see a lot of fresh jerseys out there throughout the night for Conroe. Final game of the season. Not going to be in the playoffs.
Which is the first year in 4 years that they have missed the playoffs. They have made it 3 straight years before that, even winning a game last year, which was the first playoff win for Conroe, and I believe it was 2 decades, wasn't it? 2 or 3 decades, which was a huge, monumental victory. I was able to travel and be in attendance for that game, and let me tell you, all of the players, all the coaches, all the fans, they were ecstatic. Funny story, I actually ran into Jackson at that game, which is interesting, as Bradbury's kick is away.
Jackson being one of our other commentators.
Jackson, he does some wonderful work. He is doing the game on the Wood Forest Bank Stadium channel currently. Jackson was definitely one of the people who, along with you, David, who helped me kind of get into my groove with the commentary, feel a lot more comfortable while doing it. And actually, the score of that game currently, if we can get you a score update, looks like it is 21-0 in favor of the Grizzlies.
You do a great job, Wes.
Thank you, thank you. I try my best.
I'm glad you're able to do that program too here on the campus.
So now Nixon, be a handoff to his running back. Gonna try to get pushed forward. They're gonna give him a yard. Once again, Palacios in on the carry. He has been the bell cow for Cleveland so far during this game. Only, I believe, there's only been 4 plays where he has not been in the game. One of them was because he had his helmet come off. Now Nixon, a handoff to Harrison. Harrison going to try to find the edge, and he will get close to the first down. We'll have to see where they mark him. Looks like they will give him the first down. They will give him the first down on that, so Cleveland moving the ball a little bit here. Clock rolling just under 10 minutes here in this second quarter of action. Now Nixon will be another handoff to Palacios, and he will get stood up almost at the line of scrimmage. It looked like almost all 22 players on the field were converged into one little huddle, pushing against each other there.
Looked like everybody knew what the play was going to be.
It's now 2nd down and 9, so they'll actually give him a yard on the carry there. Nixon lined up in the pistol. Send his man in motion, Perry Ellis. They hand off to Palacio, and he'll be tackled. It'll be a combo tackle there. Believe that will be, I know that was number 4, CJ Mooring, who got him high, and it will be number 7, Caden Williams, who was able to wrap him up by the ankles. So good teamwork here by this Conroe defense, which honestly, that's something Conroe has been really good at throughout the entire season and seasons previous, is this defensive side of the ball, being able to work together as a unit. It's now 3rd down and 10 here. 2 receivers to Nixon's left or right. He's going to look to throw. He's going to look to throw deep, and he's going to overshoot his man intended for number 6, Jaden Perry Ellis. And that would have been a huge gain if he would have. He had his man beat, so that would have been a huge gain there for Cleveland whenever they needed it most. But instead, they'll bring on their punt unit once again. Guillermo Hernandez on to punt.
Yeah, the Tigers had their corner blitz on in that play and kind of rushed the throw there. I think have to give that corner credit for that.
This time Hernandez, clean execution.
Should be a good run back here.
Harris is going to try to return it. Harris is going to get deep into Cleveland territory.
It's one of those low punts that didn't give his players time to get downfield to cover the punt. There was no one close to the receiver within 10, 15 yards from him when he caught the ball.
1st down and 10 from the 37-yard line.
That's why you want good hang time. Give your players time to get downfield, cover the punt.
Nunley he'll hand it off to Patterson. Patterson will get a good couple of yards, call it 8 yards there on the carry for Patterson, who's actually also a member of the wrestling team here at Conroe High.
How many sports does Conroe participate in, Wes? Give you a little test here. How many different sports?
Well, I know they have water polo, they have wrestling, football, both baseball and softball. We'll talk about a little bit more after this play, as Nunley's going to look to air it out, and it will be intercepted in the end zone. Number 3, Aspen Williams on the interception.
Yeah, Nunley just threw that one up. You got to give the safety credit there for Cleveland. Followed the ball. I'm not sure the receiver was following the ball as well as the safety for Cleveland.
Aspen Williams, the sophomore quarterback defensive back, is what he is listed as here on our roster. There's actually a lot of these Cleveland players have multiple positions, whether it be wide receiver, defensive back, O-line, and D-line. A very versatile team. Many players who can play both sides of the ball, which is something that you actually like to have in a team sometimes.
Well, it's probably, you don't have as many players just down. I mentioned earlier about Cleveland being probably the smallest school in the district.
So now Nixon's going to look to throw. This time it will be complete to his man. He'll get the 1st down.
Toss there to his tight end, I believe.
Tight end Sergio Gonzalez will get the 1st down. Score Conroe 28. Cleveland still yet to put up any points here tonight. 7 minutes left here before halftime. Speaking of halftime, we will show you all of the halftime festivities from both teams' bands, including the legendary Conroe Tiger Band and the award-winning Cleveland Indian Band is now Nixon.
Broken play.
Broken play, and he'll be met by about 5 Tigers in the backfield there. Yes, once again, we do want to give our congratulations to the Cleveland High School Band as they actually won state in the military band UIL competition. And you'll be able to see them perform their routine at halftime here tonight, along with something interesting from the Golden Girls drill team. They will be performing with their parents tonight. They'll be performing a routine with their parents at halftime, so you will be able to see that. As this now, it'll be a handoff to Palacio. He'll get a yard on the carry to bring up 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, I think they're going to get it back to the original line of scrimmage. Definite passing down here, but truthfully, Cleveland just does not have a very good passing game.
They were able to convert on that 3rd down earlier, so I had to see, they were able to get the 1st down through the air earlier. Had to see if they could do it again here. Conroe is showing a blitz. They're going to send one. Nixon's going to look to throw. The pass will be complete to Harrison, but he won't be able to get the 1st down. He'll be down at the 44-yard line.
We got an official timeout.
Officials timeout, and we have to see. Yeah, Cleveland will send on the punting unit. Which each of their drives so far tonight have ended in punts, including this one. So what do you think needs to be done to kind of keep that punting unit off the field for Cleveland here?
Keep possession of the ball, but in this particular case, I think they're a little bit too deep to go for it. Although, truthfully, given their season, I don't think they have anything to lose, but just too early for that.
It would appear the punting unit was, or no. It will be Hernandez once again on to punt.
He had 1 block tonight.
Have to see if this Tiger punt team can force. It was almost blocked. We'll have to see if they can get a block. Snap is high. Hernandez is able to corral it, and it's going to take a bounce, and Harmon's going to try to return it. And Harmon, he's got some room. He's at midfield. He's getting blocks. He's making men miss, and he will be tackled inside the 45-yard line. A good return there by the senior cornerback.
Got it all on his own, too, just eluding tacklers. But again, a very low kick. Practically no hang time. Receiver was able to get downfield pretty quickly.
Nunley once again lined up in the pistol. Another handoff to Patterson. Patterson's going to have the 1st down, and he's going to try to get more. He's going to try to hurdle. He's bowling through defenders inside the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
It's already turning into a long night for the Indians. I think we got another player down with a leg cramp.
We will take an official timeout, but whenever we come back, ball is spotted at the 18-yard line, so it'll be 1st down and 10 from the 18, which means Conroe will be able to get a 1st down inside the 10, or correction, inside the 8-yard line.
Yeah, I'm going to be eager to see that the band for Cleveland. We were talking earlier. Not really sure why, but the military-style marching band is pretty common with all the high schools, most of the high schools in East Texas. I know Huntsville does military-style marching, as does Lufkin. At least last time I had the chance to see them perform, it was military style.
Well, it could also be in part to Texas A&M.
Probably so. Yeah.
Texas A&M, obviously a world-famous, world-renowned band, probably the best military band in the entire world. As this handoff will go to Patterson again, and Patterson finding room for another first down.
Going to be first and goal.
Offense, number
They have a penalty. That'll come and bring it back.
Replay first down.
We got Frederick Weidman, senior offensive lineman there on the holding penalty, which will negate the run by Patterson. But Patterson, he's been having himself a good night. He's been showing off on the few carries that he has gotten.
Well, like you said, a lot of these kids that have the potential to play college ball are definitely trying to add a little bit more to their resume.
Be another handoff to Patterson. The third straight one on this drive. We'll try to get a little bit of that penalty yardage back. Won't be able to get all of it. It looks like they will give him 3 yards on the carry. Bring up second down and 14 for the Tigers. So now the running back in the formation is number 21, MJ Williams. Nunley's going to look to throw. He's going to look to throw into the end zone. Incomplete. Pass intended for, I believe, that's either 15 or 16.
Actually, I believe it's number 19. Yeah, number 19.
Yeah, number 19, Jameel Williams, senior wide receiver. Nunley getting the play call. Play clock is winding down. Clock stopped after the incomplete. Less than 10 seconds left to go now. Nunley's going to look to throw. He's being pressured. It'll be a screen pass to Patterson.
Good call play.
And Patterson is going to be upended and tripped up, but he'll get close to the first down marking. Number 3, Aspen Williams on the ankle biter tackle.
Excellent play call there. They had a blitz going, and Nunley was able to get that pass out to his tight end. Perfect play call.
4th down and 1 now. Conroe is going to go for it. They're going to get the first down. They'll get inside the 5, most likely, with forward progress. MJ Williams on the carry. 3 minutes left to go here in this second quarter. Conroe leads 28-0. The ball is placed on the 4-yard line for first down and goal. Nunley will be a handoff to, that was Myers again. It looks like they're going to mark him either inside the 1 or at the 1. So just short of a first down, or a touchdown actually. Conroe doesn't have to run a play. If they want to, they have the option to run this clock down to the 2-minute timeout. But they won't. Be a quarterback keeper for Nunley, and he will go into the end zone on the quarterback keeper for a touchdown. A late flag is thrown, however.
Could be a celebration foul. Look for an indication here.
Let's see what that is about, and if it
looks like they're going to go ahead and kick the extra point. Official going to talk to Cleveland head coach.
head coach for the Indians is Ajani Sanders.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. The referee's mic was not working too well there. He was asking the Cleveland coach, does he want the penalty on the extra point, or does he want it on the kickoff? And I believe the indication there, trying to read sign language, is that he was going to take it on the kickoff.
Bradbury on to kick this extra point. Snapper Charles Dendy and the holder Roberto Garcia. Let's give the Tigers the 35-point lead. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is up, and it is good. It's one of the Cleveland band members who are currently warming up in the north end zone here at Buddy Moorhead Stadium. They might want to move out of the way now.
Didn't end up in one of the tubas, did it?
I don't think so. I didn't see it. That would be one heck of a story if it did.
Yeah, Conroe's on the way to a big win tonight.
Should be a great way to end off the careers for the seniors. As you mentioned, they won't be making the playoffs this year, unfortunately. Which is actually interesting. One game, if they would have won that one game against Grand Oaks, if that score would have been flipped, then Conroe would be in the playoffs. But since they lost to Grand Oaks, they lost to College Park, and they lost to the Woodlands and Willis, those 4 losses are the reason why they are the 5th seed.
Did you call that game with Grand Oaks?
Yes, I did do the Grand Oaks and Conroe. It was actually a really good defensive battle between both teams. Not extremely high scoring, but it was still a good game nonetheless.
It was one of those games where mistakes made the difference. That's typically what happens in close games like that. 1 or 2 mistakes ends up deciding becomes a deciding factor.
Bradbury will kick off from his own 25 after the penalty. The return man, Gilkey and Harrison, who lined up at their own 20.
I don't think he's going to kick this one in the end zone, Wes.
Bradbury's kick is away. Be fielded at the 20-yard line by Gilkey. And Gilkey, we ran out of bounds at the 35-yard line, so the best starting field position for the Indians today. How can they capitalize on this before we go into halftime, David?
Play better football, plain and simple. A lot of drop passes. Quarterbacks needs to clean up his patterns, or his throws. He's had some throws tonight that just weren't even close. Threw that one pass into a crowd. Just play better. Play cleaner.
And that pass was picked off by Xavier Harmon. One of the handful of players on this Conroe team with Division I FBS scholarship offers, and he is actually committed to the University of Stanford in California. So that's also a testament to his off-the-field academic abilities, too.
Yes, true.
Stanford, a very prestigious academic college.
Isn't their mascot a tree?
Their mascot is a tree. They're officially the Stanford Cardinal,
yeah.
I believe, is what they call their football team. But, yeah, their mascot suit, the person that they have running around in a mascot suit, they run around in a tree. Up there with the Syracuse orange. It's be a handoff to the running back. He'll get 6 yards on the carry to bring up 2nd down and 4.
There's not a lot of color difference in these jerseys. I probably should have mentioned that earlier, but that gold that Conroe wears, I was watching that last play. It looked like one of the Cleveland players ran into his own guy, but it actually was a Conroe player.
So now another handoff. This one will get either at the line of scrimmage or they'll give them a yard.
Conroe call timeout here.
Timeout. Conroe.
Conroe calls their first timeout of the half. 1 minute and 21 seconds left to go. They'll bring up 3rd down and 3 for Cleveland. They've shown that they've been able to get first downs throughout the night. We'll have to see if they can convert again here.
I don't think they have gotten into Tiger territory tonight, have they, Wes?
I believe they have once, but then due to penalties, they ended up having to punt. That was whenever they were able to pin the Tigers inside their own 2-yard line, which that ended up in a 98-yard touchdown drive for the Tigers. Haven't seen any of Tiger punter Roberto Garcia, which is something that you like to see. So now Nixon is going to look to throw. Pass will be incomplete. Looking for his big tight end, number 85, Sergio Gonzalez. But now that'll bring up 4th down. And once again, we will see the punting unit.
Yeah, C.J. Mooring timed that one perfectly. Arrived just after the ball, was able to hit the receiver, knock the ball loose.
Harmon will be lined up at his own 25-yard line. Hernandez at about his own 27. High snap over his head. And now Hernandez, that one, it's going to be a live football. It's going to be picked up and ran into the end zone. Number 42, Colton Autry Lindsay, the senior, getting a touchdown on senior night.
Yeah, I was just about to say that on the last 2 snaps they were high, and lo and behold, if the ball did get snapped over the punter's head there. Looks like we're going to have an official timeout.
It was a great job by the Conroe punt team as well. Able to get another hand on the ball.
Yeah, I think he was able to pick that ball up on the run.
Yeah, there was a bobbled snap earlier in the game that was almost blocked, but Hernandez was still able to get it away.
Well, the Cleveland long snapper's been struggling tonight, no doubt.
One minute and 6 seconds left to go here in the ball game. Conroe right now is leading 41-0, 42-0 pending this extra point attempt by senior kicker Nolan Bradbury. But from our vantage point, we can see both teams getting ready to perform their halftime shows, both teams' bands and both teams' color guards and drill teams, and we will step away and show you those performances here in 1 minute and 6 seconds of game time.
We talked about the fact that many of these football players are playing their last organized football game. I'm sure there are band members out there that will be playing for the last time as well.
Bradbury's kick is up and good.
There will be many that will move on into play the college bands, but not everyone, I'm sure.
So you can see there, yeah, just a great job by this Conroe special teams unit. Conroe has now scored a touchdown in all 3 phases of football.
They haven't punted, have they?
They have not punted all game, which senior punter Roberto Garcia, the only action he has seen is holding on PAT attempts.
You almost feel sorry for him, don't you? Senior hasn't been able to punt in his final game.
What they should do is on the last drive, even if it's first down, they're going to send him out there, let him get one good punt away, one final good punt. So now, this student section for Conroe still pretty packed, just trying to support their seniors. For most of them,
that's true,
it's
too.
also their final game that they will be able to sit in that section, sit in the student section, and be able to feel the atmosphere there. It looks like their theme is actually red, white, and blue, which makes sense with Veterans Day coming up next week. So now this kickoff will be returned by Harrison, and he will go out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, which could signal some unluckiness on this next drive for Cleveland if you're into superstitions like that. Correction, they're going to get him out of bounds at the 20. Must have taken a few extra steps. Now, 1 minute and 1 second left. Have to see if they just try to sit on it and go into halftime and get some adjustments there.
You talk about the student body. This will be the time for many of these kids when they eventually go their separate ways, go to different schools. Some will join the military. Your senior year is always a very special time, no doubt. Very special time.
Now that handoff will go for a first down. Once again, Palacios, he's been, like I mentioned earlier, the bell cow for this Cleveland offense, and he will get the first down there. 47 seconds and running. Yes, many of the students and many of the players, too, will either go on to universities or community colleges. Some will go directly into the workforce or the military, and some will go into those trade schools, which is becoming a more popular option among high schoolers today.
Strong need for those. Yeah, we always need electricians, welders, plumbers. And, with the technology, I recently bought a new truck. And the technology that is in the vehicles today, mechanics have to have a great deal of skill to work on these vehicles today.
As that will bring us to halftime, and me and David, we will step away here and let you enjoy the halftime performances from the legendary Conroe Tiger Band and the award-winning Cleveland High School Band. Well, those were two amazing halftime performances from both teams' bands and both teams' color guards and all of the halftime festivities as we are awaiting the two teams to come back out for the second half. But I want to just say something that I really did learn at halftime. David, this is going to be your last game, isn't it?
Probably so. Probably so. But I'm going to make a quick comment, though. Wes, you know, one of the benefits of this job is being able to watch some great bands. And I think we got to see tonight two of the best bands in the district. That performance by Conroe was outstanding. And I look for them to do well tomorrow in San Antonio. You were saying that they've got a wicked schedule tomorrow, trying to get to the UIL and then get back.
Yes, since it is in San Antonio, their call time whenever their hall opens is 4 a.m. And if they make it to the finals of the competition, the time that they will get back, 3 a.m.
Golly.
And that's barring traffic. That's barring any mishaps with the buses or equipment or anything. So that is almost a full 24-hour schedule, which I applaud to all my friends that I know that are going to have to go through that. I applaud them because I don't think I could do that.
Football teams don't have to go through such an insane schedule as that.
Not at all. That's you got to stay awake during that too. That's the thing. I'm sure whatever convenience store that they stop at, they're going to be racking up the money and energy drinks being bought. That's for sure.
Well, I think you said they're leaving the game tonight. They're not going to be hanging around anymore. They're going to be leaving the stadium and getting ready to go to San Antonio tomorrow. But what time? Do you know what time they're going to leave in the morning?
I would guess if they're getting there at 4, I would say around 5-ish is what I would assume. I did see, because I do have friends in band and I've seen their schedule. They're making it worth it. They're stopping at Buc-ee's. They're getting them some Buc-ee's for, and it's odd. They're only giving them an hour at Buc-ee's. Only an hour? It's Buc-ee's. You got to give them at least 2.
Yeah, my wife and I, we went to Tennessee recently and had an opportunity to stop at their new Buc-ee's. Couldn't tell you exactly where it was, somewhere between Memphis and Nashville. But we couldn't even get into it going over there because it was so packed. And we were able to get into it coming back.
So now on to kick for Cleveland is number 20, Caesar Castillo. A little bit of a pooch squib kick will be fielded by number 15, Jackson Taylor. And Taylor He's going to pitch it back to Xavier Harmon, and Harmon, he's going to get a block. That's going to be all 4 flags.
That'll be coming back.
All 4 officials throw flags. And that will no doubt be...
I think every official on the field threw a flag. 4 flags out there. Almost. 4 of the 6 or 7.
Stop laughing. I know you watching at home, you're laughing about what he just said. Stop it. So now, there were 4 flags thrown.
Receiving team, 10-yard penalty, first down.
So we'll be illegal block in the back, I think is what they're going to get them for.
Well, that's kind of hard. You kind of get caught in that when there's a sudden change in direction, and you're not aware of it. You know, you're blocking and you're not aware that the play has suddenly gone the opposite direction, and now instead of staying in front of the guy, your opponent, you're hitting him in the back.
Nunley is going to be staying in the game to start this second half. He'll be lined up in the pistol. Be a handoff to Myers. Myers is going to bowl his way for a good gain on first down. Going to give him 7 yards there to bring up second down and 3. Myers, he's been this power back for the Tigers all season. Although we have seen him use his elusiveness in this game. That time is going to be tackled for a yard gain. Tackle made on the play by number 31, Seth Quintero. Bring up third down. And this is huge here. A small victory for Caney Creek if they're able to stop them here.
It'll be the first punt of the night for Conroe, am I correct?
It would be the first punt of the night. Senior punter Roberto Garcia did not see any action punting-wise in the first half.
I mean, technically, if he doesn't get to punt, he technically won't get to play his final senior game, right?
And it looks like he won't get the opportunity to here, as Shane Patterson will get the first down for the Tigers. He has been holding on field goals, which is good. So they've kicked 7 extra point attempts so far. Conroe, during this game, electing to go with the full gold uniform, save for the white helmets. Nunley lined up in the pistol. Patterson will be in motion. Nunley's going to look through. It's going to be a screen pass to Harris. Good blocking by the offensive line.
Well
and
executed.
He is in a foot race at the 20, trying to put some move on a man, and gets almost inside the 10. Looks like they're going to mark him at the 9-yard line. First down and goal for the Tigers.
Looks like about a 65-yard run there. Well executed.
Indeed, very well executed. Especially great job blocking by the offensive line, able to get out there on the screen. This time will be a handoff to Patterson, and Patterson will go into the end zone for a touchdown.
Was that his third tonight?
I believe that is his first on the night.
Okay.
The other rushing touchdowns were by Cam Nunley and 2 by Alex Myers, but it is the first touchdown on the night for the senior running back here on senior night. So now, once again, Bradbury on to kick the extra point.
You said earlier they're on looks like they may break their scoring record this year.
Kick is up and it's good, and indeed, believe the record for the district this year is 73 points, which was put up by College Park. I'll actually have to check. I'll actually check on that right now to see what the record is for a team putting up points in this district so far this year. I do know College Park in their first game, they actually beat, I believe it was Cypress Park, and they beat them 73-0.
But that would have been a non-district game.
It would have been actually it was 73-6, correction, but it was still 73 points. And I believe that is the record. Conroe is on pace to break that. Bradbury is on to kick off after kicking the extra point. Yeah, 73 is the mark to get to for the Tigers. I
think that ball, there's no wind. It must just fell off the tee.
Ball did fall off the tee once. As you mentioned, weather not a factor at all in this game. No clouds, no wind. Just a nice, cool fall night here in Conroe, Texas at Buddy Moorhead Stadium. This time Bradbury is able to get the kick away. Be returned by Harrison. Harrison's trying to get to the outside. He's trying to find some room inside the 30. They're going to mark him out of bounds at the 34-yard line is where they will mark him.
No flags.
No flags on the play, so now Cleveland will
Offside. Kick your team. 5-yard penalty.
I didn't even see that flag.
an extra 5 yards, which now Cleveland will start with the ball on their own 39. One thing we were also mentioning earlier is that there is a rule that allows that if both teams' coaches agree that they can keep the clock running, as now Nixon hands it off to Palacios, and he'll actually get a good gain, bring up 3rd down and 4.
He got about 4 yards.
Or second down.
About 4 yards in second effort there.
Whistles.
They made initial contact back around the 40, 42-yard line. He brought it all the way out to the 46.
Looks like the issue was a Cleveland player had their helmet come off during the play, so they have to sit out for at least one play. Nixon in the pistol. Low snap. Will be a handoff again. This time he will be met in the backfield for a loss. Once again, Palacios getting the handoff. Jacob Baker, the junior defensive tackle, in on the tackle for the Tigers. Now it's 3rd down and 4 from their own 35-yard line for the Indians. Tight end will be in motion in the formation. Nixon's going to look to throw. He gets smoked on the pass, but he's able to get it complete to number 2, Dominique Gilkey.
Yeah, Conroe had that corner blitz on, and got to give that quarterback credit there. That was probably his best play of the night right there with that pass. Best pass, but best play call. Is there a flag on the play, though? I don't think so.
No flag.
I'm sure he wished he had a bunch more of those tonight.
Pressure was put on by number 1, James Kozlowski. And now the ball, it looked like it hit the tight end who was in motion.
Yeah. Just when you got something really good going, then mistake kind of, don't know if we call that a mistake.
looks like
Cleveland has had snap issues tonight, though, both the center and long snapper.
you got to have a good snap or else you don't have a good play. And as a former center myself, I know that very well. It's now Nixon in the pistol. He's going to roll out and look to throw, and it's going to be incomplete, in and out of the hands of number 24, Xavier Harmon, who almost had his second interception on the night. Flag down, however, and it looks like it's going to be offsides on the Tigers.
Outside. Defense. Number 90. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Jacob Baker getting called on the offsides penalty.
That was another one that Nixon threw into a crowd.
I was about to say the refs were almost a little extra generous there with the spot. Offsides, only a 5-yard penalty. Maybe they felt bad for him. They decided to help him out a little bit.
One of the few times tonight, if not the only time, they've been this deep into Conroe territory.
Second down and 7. Nixon is going to hand it off to Palacio, and he will get about a half-yard on the carry.
Palacio looked like he was trying to wait for a hole to open, and it never did. Be no gain.
Alex Coy on the tackle. Junior defensive end who this year took that spot, once held by 3-star defensive end Jaden Ramos, who is currently playing his first year of college football at the University of Southern California. Gilkey will be in motion. Now whistles will be called. It looks like
the clock was about to expire, and I think the coach noticed it and called a timeout. Avoid the delay of game. Tell me a little bit about this wrestling show you've got, video you're making for your channel.
Well, yeah, for my show, Wes's World, next Tuesday is when it is set to air. It is going to be an interview and an episode all about our wrestling team, which they actually start their season very soon with their first tournament. They just had their first scrimmage, which we filmed and we were able to show, which was it was really fun to do, actually. The coaches were really nice, all the wonderful, tremendous athletes. But kind of flipping the script here on you a little bit, why don't you tell us about your story and your journey with broadcasting, since this is going to be your final game here in the booth?
Boy, you opened up a can of worms there. Interesting. When my wife and I'll let you kind of focus in on the game here, started off when I was in high school, Wes. I was a scorekeeper and announcer.
Pass by Nixon will be incomplete.
It's going to be pass interference there. That'll give the Indians a big break. Anyway, I was scorekeeper for youth baseball. And what was funny, a little bit of funny here, my wife, we were dating at the time. She was a scorekeeper. She ran the scoreboard. And one of the things that I should really be ashamed of myself for doing, she wasn't really into the game. So she would forget to put points up, runs and that kind of thing up on the board, and I would notice it.
So now Nixon, handoff to Palacio, goes for no gain. So she would forget to put runs on the board.
And I would notice it, and the reason I didn't say anything because I knew the parents. I mean, you know how parents are in youth baseball.
Oh, yeah.
They'd start yelling at her. And I really should be ashamed that I said, I wouldn't tell her just so I could see how she would react when they would yell at her to change the score. But
handoff to Palacio. Goes for a little gain bring up third down at the 20-yard line.
But eventually, and then swim team, Imperial Oak swim team here in South County area. I did the announcing for that and enjoyed it. And a lot of fun, some funny stories there as well. But, and then my career with Verizon, I was ended up being an instructor. We'll let this play run here.
Now, keeper by Nixon. Nixon, he's going to try to find some room. He'll get the first down. But you were an instructor for Verizon,
right? And because with it, as the technology grew, self-paced training became very popular. So I did a lot of voiceover work. So it kind of just, and then my wife is a substitute teacher here at Conroe ISD, and she noticed in the newsletter, employee newsletter.
And out to Palacio. Almost gets into the end zone.
I think they're going to take that goose off the egg here in just a bit. But anyway, they said they were looking for play-by-play guys to cover the YouTube games, and so I had all the equipment to create a demo tape, you might say, and sent it in. And Andrew reached out to me, and I hate to say the rest is history, but
Nixon will be swallowed up close to the line of scrimmage. Get it for no gain. We're at third down, or actually, I believe it should be second down and goal, should it not?
Well, the down marker says third, but I don't know if he's already flipped it or not. I wasn't paying attention. Looks like it is going to be third down. But it's been a great opportunity. You have to give a lot of credit to the audiovisual program here at CISD. Andrew does great work. All of the team here does great work. People don't realize it.
Now that pass is going to be
there
caught
we go.
In the end zone. Number 85, Sergio Gonzalez, in for 6. The first point of the ball game for the Indians.
Yeah, you hate to see anybody play so hard and yet not be able to get something to cheer about. But most of the work here, most of the heavy lifting, as I've probably alluded to in the past, is done by the students, yourself included. There are a few of us adults, Jackson, Jeremy, myself, who sometimes we feel like we're more chaperones. But if there's anyone out there in the audience that is interested in doing play-by-play, you could reach out to the, I would say just send an email maybe to the principal here at Conroe High School.
And the principal, or my personal connection, was our AV and broadcasting teacher, Mr. Landry.
Okay.
Who, he was wonderful. He used to do some of the directing for these games. So he was my connection to Andrew. Andrew, we mentioned Andrew. He is Andrew Stewart, the head of the communications department here at Conroe ISD. Absolutely wonderful.
Yes.
If we show some sideline shots, we'll probably be able to see him down there getting some pictures and some footage of the game, but he is the man that makes this all happen. He sets the schedules. He lets us know which games we're doing. He'll be able to, he's really flexible with it too. Like if I have something going on and I need to say I can't do this game, then he is amazing with everything, and we thank him so, so much.
He is one cool dude. I have never seen him get upset when something isn't working right. He's just, Man's got ice water in his veins.
This play is for the 2-point conversion. It's going to be no good. Looked like some sort of tricky reverse. So your score now, Conroe 49, Cleveland 6.
But Wesley, I don't think people recognize how much is going. I mean, no, we're not like the major networks. We're not like
No.
ESPN by any shape or form. But the basics are still here.
Yeah, there's about.
We have a live action director, just
Yeah.
like the big guys do, who oversees the entire operation here at the field. We've got someone, we got, of course, the kids that man all the cameras.
There's about like a dozen, maybe dozen and a half people that work these games, and in the room right next to us we have all of our equipment, all of the control room and everything, and even at the Wood Forest Bank Stadium they are right behind us. So all of the directors, it's very interesting. There's a whole dedicated booths and everything. There's people on the field and working cameras, and it is absolutely amazing the stuff that they are able to do to bring these streams to life.
You know, thinking about it too, if we have our kickoff here.
Kickoff will be returned by Patterson, and Patterson will get across midfield. So great starting field position for the Tigers here on this next drive.
You got to be a people person, in my opinion, Wes, to do good at this. If you do it because you like to hear yourself talk or like to watch yourself on YouTube or hear yourself on YouTube, it ain't going to work. You got to be a people. You got to love the game, and you got to love people. And I think even at the network, the big networks levels, you can tell the guys who love the game.
Like Kurt Herbstreit and Chris Fowler are a perfect example of people who absolutely love the game. But I think an even better example is Gus Johnson. The way some of the calls that he has made, I mean, just you can tell that they come from the heart. Especially some of the ones whenever he sees a big hit on somebody, whew. I think his most famous line was, it was Denzel Ward. It was Ohio State college game, Ohio State, and it was Ohio State versus Maryland. And on a screen pass, Ward just lit up the receiver, and he said, "Whoa, you got barbecue back there and you didn't invite me? Hurt my feelings."
Well, that's the other thing. I think you have to have personality. You got to have the right personality for it. But I would say, you know, to you, what would you say to the kids here at Conroe High School if there's a kid out there who is interested, and there's so many different positions that what we do here at these games could turn into a career. Not everybody wants to be in front of a camera. There's more people behind the scenes.
Yeah.
What would you say to the student here at Conroe High School who wants to get involved
Don't take my spot. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I love all of you. Don't nobody take that seriously, please. But I'd say, yeah, this school definitely has this school definitely has the resources to help people out in that way. Our audiovisual program, I would say, get enrolled with that. I know a lot of people there's a handoff now. Jet sweep on the play.
We haven't seen too many of those tonight. Usually, quite often, you see a lot of jet sweeps, and we haven't seen that many, I don't believe.
This is number 2, Caden Barnaby. But, yeah, the man that I say that you would have to talk to is Mr. Landry. Mr. Brett Landry, he is our broadcasting teacher. He's also our executive producer for our KTIG shows that we run on the KTIG News YouTube channel, which one of the shows that we're running right now, which we'll talk about it after this play, there's a handoff to Patterson, and Patterson will get the first down and more, chugging all the way inside the 35. But it is every year we have a singing competition. We call it The Roar. And
Now, is this a serious singing competition?
it's a serious singing
Okay.
competition. On the 20th, we have our live finale as botched snap is picked up by Nunley, and Nunley is going to run out of bounds at exactly the 25-yard line. But yes, we have our
Looks like he'll be a yard short.
live finale of the Roar coming up on the 20th. So if any of the Conroe High School students are watching, you can buy your tickets during the lunch periods leading up to that day. I believe they first go on sale on Friday the 14th, which I don't exactly remember how much they will be, but I'm a co-host for the show, and I've seen these people sing, and it is amazing as Barnaby on the screen pass will be dragged out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 10. First down and goal for the Tigers. But I would say, yeah, it's 100% worth it.
We got some talent, people my age, we look at the kids today and wonder, what's the world? We've got some great kids. We really, and working with this program has demonstrated that to me as well.
Another jet sweep to Barnaby, and he will go into the end zone for a touchdown, a rushing touchdown for the senior wide receiver. Once again here on senior night, as it will bring out Nolan Bradbury on to kick what I believe will now be his 8th extra point of the night.
Well, I've got a suggestion for you, Wes. We'll let the extra point play out here.
Flags fly. We'll have to see what those are all about.
False start. Offense, number 78. 5-yard penalty. Replay the trial.
So back up the point after attempt by
After,
5.
after this extra point, I've got a suggestion for you, and I think it's a good ball that you can run with. Your video program.
So now Bradbury will now kick from the 15. The kick is up and it is good, which brings our score 56-6 in favor of the Tigers.
Now, what I was going to say, create a program where you're focusing on what happens at these ball games.
Believe it or not, that leads directly into one of our shows, Halftime, which showcases the halftime performers, actually. Believe it or not, that is actually legitimately a show that we have. It is called Halftime, and the first episode aired last week, which was with our Golden Girls, our drill team.
Mm-hmm.
The next one will be the cheer episode, and there's also going to be an episode about the band and the JROTC, which will document what goes into preparing their halftime routine and actually performing their halftime routine, and just overall what happens in those clubs, because especially for Conroe, most of the people they come for the football games, but the band, they're just entertainment. They're just soundtracks while you go get concessions.
Yeah. What I was referring to, Wes, is where you take the camera in the press box and you show what these guys are doing up here, and you show what the camera people are doing, and really what kind of educates your audience on what it takes to deliver one of these football games over YouTube.
As now the return flag flies, but the return will come out to about the 35-yard line. We'll have to see what the flag is.
With a special focus on the kids, what the kids are doing, how they make it happen.
So pending the penalty, it looks like they waved the flag off, so Nixon and the Indian offense will start from their own 35 here. 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Conroe leads 56-6, and the play clock is winding down. Got to be mindful of that. Under 5 seconds. Now the pass looks like it was batted down at the line of scrimmage by James Kozlowski, one of the seniors who has been making his presence felt here tonight on the defensive side of the ball. But yeah, it does take a small village to run these YouTube streams, but it's very fun. I have a lot of fun doing this commentary. You know, growing up, I was always told I talked too much, so whenever I found out I could do this, I said, I might as well have fun while I'm talking too much, and people will like it. As now, Nixon will be a handoff. Almost got me fooled there for a second on the read option.
Well, have you ever heard of a scorekeeper and announcer almost getting thrown out of the ballpark?
No, I have not. You have a story for this?
I was in high school, about like you, and mentioned earlier I was scorekeeper and announcer for youth baseball. And the press box was right behind the backstop. So, I mean, I could literally look down and see home plate.
So we'll wait until after the third down to hear this wonderful story, as it's going to be roll out, and he's going to be sacked.
Good defensive play there.
Conroe sent a blitz, and it looks like it will be number 5, Kanye Smith, who got there on the sack. But enlighten us, how did you almost get thrown out?
Well, you know, as part of the announcer, you would give the inning summaries. For the Cowboys, on the bottom of the third, there were 4 runs on 3 hits, 2 men left on base. The score after 3.5 innings of play, so and so, so and so. Well, evidently the umpire noticed that I'd given a kid a hit. And I was standing up there eating a hot dog, chewing on a hot dog between the inning. And he wasn't much older than me, truthfully. He sweeps off home plate, looks up at me and says, "That wasn't a hit." Now, of course, those familiar with the baseball game know that umpires don't call hits or errors, right? And used to be, I think even now, they have an official scorekeeper. Used to be a member of the press would do the official scorekeeping. But nowadays, I think the pro teams have their own official scorekeeper. But I don't know why. I looked down at him and I told him, "You call the game and I'll score it." He didn't like that. But it's true. He doesn't call hits. And I don't even remember what it was. You know, a lot of times hits are judgment calls.
Right.
You know, and typically in youth baseball, you try to give the player if it's a hard hit ball, even if he gets a glove on it, if it's a hard hit ball, you're going to give him a hit. And I think it was one of those deals, Wes.
A short punt will go. Tigers start the ball in Cleveland territory at the Cleveland 41-yard line. 17 seconds left till the end of the quarter. Well, yeah, I've got some stories, but from a referee's perspective.
Oh, yeah, I did that too.
I currently a ref for the Eggs Flag Football Company, as it's going to be another jet sweep, this time to number 82, Clayton Powell. But you'd be surprised how serious some of those coaches are about 6U flag football.
Coaches are not the problem. It's the parents.
I have yet to have problems with parents. Except when I take that back, there
Not
was
all
there
parents,
was a fight.
but some
There
of
was a
them.
fight between two parents once during a game I called. One of them turned out to be a former professional wrestler for the WWE, which as a huge pro wrestling fan, after I found that out, I was like, dude, that's awesome.
No, the worst job I ever had, because I grew up across the street from a city park, so when I wasn't participating in sports, I was making money working at them. The worst job I ever had in youth athletics, and I think people are probably laughing, umpire for T-ball.
Whew.
Umpire for T-ball. And I think that's because at that age, everybody's parents tend to have this view that their kid's going to have a wonderful athletic career.
Yeah. New quarterback in the game for Conroe
That's
is number
good.
17. Jet sweep to Josiah Cirillo goes for a loss of about 5. So new quarterback in the game. And it's number 17, Kyle Aberncio.
Yeah, I know that's one of those hard to pronounce. And we don't have a crew behind us to tell us how to pronounce all the names.
Unfortunately not. We're not like the big boys. Nobody telling us in our ear, we're doing this all by ourselves. It's literally just me and you in this room, David.
And our production crew running the cameras and
now
feeds.
Abersinio got hit as he throws and is going to be intercepted. That was just a pop-up. Speaking of baseball, almost a pop fly caught by the center fielder. That was number 31, Seth Quintero, on the interception. Bring up first down and 10 for the Indians on their own 44-yard line. So we'll quickly check in with some scores around the district. The two teams on a bye this week are actually Willis and College Park. The Woodlands beat Oak Ridge last night, 28-7. So now a handoff once again to Palacios. And actually, no, it wasn't College Park's bye week. Yesterday, they beat New Caney 43-3 at New Caney's home stadium. But yeah, I mean, looking at the district standings, it's going to be Grand Oaks with that 4th playoff spot. The only one really up for grabs every year, which is always an interesting battle. So now that play will get no gain. But that 4th playoff spot, it seems like every single year in the district, we always talk about who could get it, because there's always any team has a chance. But it seems like now with college, and especially now with College Park sort of emerging as this powerhouse this year, we'll have to see it continues in future years, but that locks up pretty much. Woodlands and Willis have almost a 95% chance of making it every year. Woodlands hasn't missed playoffs in, I believe, 30 years was the last time that they did not make the playoffs.
I think we have a flag on the play.
False start. Offense, number 57.
So who do you think is going to go deeper in the playoffs this year?
That's a very tough question. I think College Park actually has a huge chance to make a run for the state championship, too.
You think they're that good?
I think they're that good. From what I have seen and how I've seen them play, especially how I saw them play against the Woodlands, taking them to double overtime and coming back, not only doing that, but they came back down 21-0 in the first quarter. Now, Nixon
Throwing into a crowd again.
will bring up 4th down and long. Looks like the offense will stay on the field.
I think our clock is running continually now. That was an incomplete pass, and the clock is still running, so glad to see that in a game like this.
which means no matter what we only have 8 minutes and 22 seconds left. Seems like both teams have agreed to run the clock continuously now for these final minutes of the game. Play clock is still winding down. So now Cleveland will take a timeout to avoid the delay of game penalty.
Timeout, Cleveland.
Well, yeah, I've had a lot of fun calling games with you, Jeremy, and Jackson all this year. I've also gotten a chance to actually work with 2 new student commentators, and one of them, I believe his name is TJ, he said that it was me. I was the reason that he went to his people and got connected and wanted to do it because he said he heard me doing the games last year as the sole student commentator for the district, along with Peyton Reeves from the Woodlands also. But yeah, he said I was the reason why he did it, which is actually that's actually really cool. It made me feel really proud, really good about myself then.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to the day when I can say, when one of you guys makes it to one of the major networks, and I can say, I remember when I worked with him.
So now it would appear the offense might still be on the field, although looks like now they're going to punt it. Actually, no, looks like it's going to be a fake. Pass is going to be thrown deep. Flag is going to be thrown, and it's going to be caught.
That'll be pass interference. Tried to go over the top. Defender tried to go over the top of the receiver, which you cannot do.
Pass was thrown by Dominic Gilkey. A good pass there for the wide receiver.
Holding. Number 41. Penalties. First down.
First down. I got junior defensive back Zayden Hale on the penalty.
Cleveland may not be through scoring tonight.
They may not. Seven minutes, 30 seconds left to go. Clock continuously running now. Nixon in the pistol. Quarterback keeper is going to be tackled for no gain directly at the line of scrimmage. And giving you a score update on that Grand Oaks and Candy Creek game, it is 49-7 with a little under 11 minutes left to go in their fourth quarter of action.
So when will the brackets be announced? Sunday? When do we know for sure?
That is actually a good question. I would assume Sunday because the playoffs already, they start next week, correct?
Correct.
So I would assume, depending on how quick they work, maybe sometime tomorrow, honestly. But either tomorrow or Sunday because you got to give the teams the week to prepare. You got to give them the time to study the film almost, which I believe one of our commentators for the district, Jeremy, sent us some early predictions for the bracket, which it was, if you could pull those up real quick, that would be amazing. I remember, I believe Grand Oaks, the one I do believe I remember was Grand Oaks facing Aldine Nimitz, wasn't it?
There you go.
All right, so as of Wednesday, whenever this email was sent, it was for the Division I bracket, the Woodlands and Aldine Davis and Grand Oaks and Aldine Nimitz, as that pass is incomplete. Aired it out deep. New quarterback in the game for Cleveland, Jacob Estrada. And then for the Division II bracket, which I believe Division II is the smaller schools, correct? It would be College Park versus Eisenhower and Willis versus Westfield. And if you remember, last year it was College Park who actually upset Westfield. College Park, they snuck in to the playoffs, being that fourth seed in 13-6A, and were able to get a win. It was, I can't remember the exact score, but they were able to upset the Westfield, which was honestly should have been our real first note that College Park would be the way that is this year, but as now Estrada's not going to be able to escape the pressure, and it's going to bring up 4th down and forever here on this next play. Yes, as we mentioned earlier, the band has left the building because they have a long day ahead of them tomorrow. We wish them the best of luck in their UIL competition, which will be in San Antonio. Don't exactly know if it'll be in the Alamo Dome, which, if it is,
they're not going to get much sleep, let's put it that way, the next 24 hours.
100%. As it actually will be in the Alamo Dome, so that is going to be a very
another delay of game penalty against Cleveland. They've had probably half a dozen of those tonight.
But that's got to be obviously a very historic stadium, or one of the things that people remember most about San Antonio besides the actual Alamo. But Alamo Dome has hosted a ton of great events, home of the UTSA Roadrunners football team, and actually also home of the Spurs, as now has to just loft it up and intercepted. If we could get a number on, that was number 23, Casey Stout, on the interception. Yeah, the Alamo Dome, actually the home of the Spurs for a few years. And they actually sold out the place whenever they returned for one game last season, which, I mean, 55,000 for an NBA game, that's almost unheard of.
Yeah, really.
It's now Abrancio. Take the snap, hand off to Stewart, who get a good game. Clock's now run under 4 minutes left to go here. Or Williams, correction. So now, yeah, you can see all new offensive line in the game for Conroe, including multiple seniors. We'll be getting some of their only action of the season as Williams gets the first down. Yeah, Casey Sickler, Zach Bolin, and Rylan Stark, 3 seniors, and some new faces that are juniors, trying to just get them some looks. Looks to be Jake Robertson and David Romero. Abrancio. Be a handoff to Williams again. And as we mentioned, this clock fully running now, so it's no longer, it's really just a timer at this point until the end of the game. So it won't stop for incomplete passes or running out of bounds. Wouldn't be surprised if it won't even stop for the 2-minute timeout.
Well, they'll probably do that.
Screen pass to Cirillo. Cirillo making men miss, running over a man, hurdling. A good play there by the junior wide receiver.
He's on fire. There's your 2-minute timeout.
They will still give them the 2-minute timeout. As you can see, that was just a great play there by Cirillo.
I think that's what you call a outstanding individual effort.
100%. Looks like whenever playing a video game and you're spamming all the buttons, he threw in a stiff arm, a hurdle, a juke, a truck. Every single move in the book that a skilled player knows. Well, you know, David, for the final 2 minutes, do you think you'd want to take over a little bit of play-by-play so you could ride out into the sunset here?
I'll do some play-by-play for you. Final 2 minutes. You cover the player names for me.
I'll try my best to do that for you. I've got my rosters all set, but so far Conroe's been ending out their senior night with a bang.
All right, 2 minutes left. Ball sitting on the 43-yard line of Cleveland. Snap back. Look, little pitch out to the sideline. Got his receiver. Got some room. Going to be a foot race. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Conroe.
That's number 19, Jamal Williams, on the catch and run on the screen pass. An excellent play there on all levels. A good ability by the quarterback, Abrencillo, able to get the pass out quick in the face of pressure, and a great job out blocking by the offensive line.
Yeah, I think what made that play work, Wes, is the quarterback made a quick look to his left, and when he did, he probably pulled the corner off of the receiver and turned back to his right. Kid's got some potential. I mean, he did that almost as if it was very intuitive to him. Turned to his left, threw to his right, hit his receiver, and his receiver took the ball and eluded tacklers, made a touchdown. Very good play.
Ball start. 28.
Looks like we got a penalty. False start. Have to kick it again. But knowing that kicker and his foot, it's not going to be a challenge for him. Now watch him miss. A lot of times I'll see that happen on players or announcers will talk really great about somebody and then they'll turn right around and miss it.
So actually that's the team's punter, Roberto Garcia, who's now kicking the
And he
extra
just
point.
did.
And he drilled it. He hasn't seen any action punting whatsoever, so they decided to let him go out and kick it a little bit.
There you go. There you go. It was a good kick.
It was actually a really good kick.
But now, correct me. Did we ever see a punt tonight? I guess that's why he put him in there for the extra point.
Yeah, because Conroe hasn't punted all night.
He hasn't punted all night, so they put him in there for an extra point. How about that?
On the senior night for the senior punter. You love to see it.
Yeah, you couldn't write that any better. He never got to punt, so we're going to put him in there to kick an extra point.
Special teams
on
I'll tell you
senior
this,
night.
Special teams coordinator, Coach McRoberts, absolutely love him. We were this close to, on our JV team, getting an all-lineman kickoff unit. If we would have had one more kickoff in our game, I believe it was actually against Cleveland or Caney Creek, we had us all, said we had our lineup set. If there would have been one more kickoff, he would have sent us out there.
Is that our punter again getting ready to kick off?
He is.
All right.
I'm giving him a little bit more toe-to-leather action here.
Giving him a little more showtime. I won't call that a pooch kick, but it was a good kick. No run back. Ball will be marked out of bounds at around the 18-yard line. That's where Cleveland will take over. You know, when a game gets this much out of hand, I don't even like to give a score. You know, not for youth athletics and such like that. I would say Conroe a lot and Cleveland a little. All right, so the ball will be marked. Where are they going to mark it? Down markers are sitting on the 18. So they'll mark it at the 18-yard line. That's where Cleveland will take over, trailing it by a bunch. Again, we got to recognize these seniors. A lot of them, like I said, won't be playing organized football anymore. They've had a great career, high school. Handoff, and maybe a yard or two. At this point, I think both teams are probably just waiting on the bell, waiting for the bell to ring. They'll give him a couple. Be 2nd and 8. Ball now sitting at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, Cleveland will only have to get one more play off before both of these teams' seasons will unfortunately come to an end.
Snap back, quarterback keeper. It looked like it might have been a busted play. He's going to make it down the sideline. Got to step out of bounds right at about the 40-yard line. That'll be enough for the first down. We'll move the chains. Cleveland will retain possession. I think that's going to be pretty much it, Wes. Clock now sitting at 12, 11, 10. I think that's going to call it a wrap.
I think.
Why don't you take us home?
Unless they will not, and actually they'll get one more play off. It'll be a tackle for a loss, and that will do it for the game. Your final score, Conroe 63, Cleveland 6. But I know you just said for me to do it, but this is your send-off, man. Take us home.
It's been a great time, and like I said, I want to see one of you guys on the big show sometime, and I think I will. You're doing some great things here. Andrew and the program here is doing some great things, and I look forward to seeing you guys on television.
All right, well, thank you so much, David. I know I have called many a game with you, especially early in my broadcasting career last year, and you and Jackson were really the people that helped me come into my own, so I thank you so much for that. I wish you the best in your retirement, and hopefully, yeah, you'll be able to hear one of us, whether it be me, whether it be Jackson, or any of the new student commentators that we might have come into the district next year. We hope that you'll be able to hear us, hopefully, on those big networks like ABC or ESPN, but also want to thank all of the viewers at home, wherever you are watching.